Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 16 at the Berlin Flamingos on the Baseball Journeyman. Today we are playing the Mainz Athletics, and if we win, I don't know what happens, if I'm honest. You can see though, both Mainz and Paderborn have beaten Turbingen, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad to be honest, because we've got to play them in a doubleheader at the end of our playoffs, and yeah, I was really hoping that especially they beat Mainz, because I'm assuming that if we have more wins in this playoff series than Mainz do, that we will get into the round 2, the final. But I don't know. So we're going to win today, hopefully, and see where that takes us. Now, there is a little bit of news to catch you up on before we get to that. Now, first up, some big news on the Byron Mills Jr. front. He has signed a contract extension. You can see he's a free agent now in 2026. A 3-year contract extension there for him. Where is it? It's over here, isn't it? So he is on, what's he on? 25 grand a year, as opposed to the 10 grand. But given that he was one of the, he batted over 500 this season, I think he's worth it. I think we had to do it. And the other news is in relation to the All-Star game. Now, if we have a quick look at how voting finished off here, there's the Byron Mills 3-year deal. We want the Nord voting, which is our division. So Byron Mills topped the voting in terms of catches. If we scroll down here, Leo Burra was third in voting. I have a hard time believing there's almost 600,000 people voting for German baseball, by the way, but that's fine. Leo Burra was second base, third in the voting there. If we keep scrolling down in left field, Drew Campbell was second. The weird one for me, top of center fielders, was Kevin Van Mensel, who's not even in our team right now, and look at that, he absolutely smashed it in terms of voting. Right field, we didn't have anybody, he didn't have anybody. Pitching, somehow, the Hoff wasn't in the top 5. Relievers, we did have Janis Vindermeyer, which is fair enough, he's been really good out of the bullpen for us. So if we go and have a look at the teams that were announced, and we do have, I think it's 6 All-Stars. Not surprisingly, Benninghoff did make it in. So it shows fans that know what the hell they're talking about. Vindermeer did make it in as well as a Flamingo. If we go down here, Byron Mills Jr. Got in, as did Leo Burra, as did Drew Campbell, as did Kevin Van Mensel, and I will never understand how he's in that team. So if we have a quick look here, first All-Star call-up for Benninghoff, very, very well deserved. Vindermeer, again, first All-Star call-up for him, and like I say, he's done really well for us. An ERA of 2.63 out of the bullpen. That's absolutely stunning. And if we keep going down here, Byron Mills Jr., 3 times he's been an All-Star now. He's a star of the German league in every sense. Leo Burra, it's his first call-up as well. He's he's played before, actually, but he was at Turbingen. So, he's come to us and he's got himself a first All-Star call-up. Excellent stuff for him. If we go down, Drew Campbell, it was his first year in the league, so obviously his first All-Star call-up. He's a free agent at the end of this season, and right now he's not willing to negotiate a new deal with me, which is a little bit worrying. Because ideally, I think we would definitely like to have him at the club next season. So we'll wait and see how that works out. And then, of course, the weird one, Van Mensel, our first All-Star call-up for him. And like I say, he's not our first-choice center fielder, so no idea how he's going to the All-Star game, but he is. All right, let's go and have a look at these lineups for our playoff game against Mainz. And here we go to obviously a team we haven't played before, so we don't know how good any of these players are. Looking at batting averages, I mean, they're good, but they're not fantastic by German standards, I would say. So we've got Roshek leading us off, the designated hitter. Drew Campbell in left field, bats second. It's Byron Mills Jr., the catcher, at 3. It's Leo Burra at second base on a hot streak, batting 4. Friedendorfer bats 5, he's at third base. Prade bats 6, he's the right fielder. Riechers stays at first base, batting 7. Verkel in center field, bats 8. Thomas Pepe, the shortstop, bats 9. Benninghoff, we are going again with Tyler Benninghoff. It's probably the last we'll be able to see of him. We have a doubleheader tomorrow in game. But we've got to try and win this. And we're going up against Jake Levin, and he is, look at those, he's the star of German pitching. His ERA this season wasn't as good as it has been, though. Up to, 3.69, but his WAR was down as well at 2.2, and he has been way up previously. So he's having, by his standards, a slow season, but he did still lead the league in strikeouts. Now, we saw how many strikeouts the Hoff had. Now, is that considered to be the same league or different league? So it's the 2 best strikeout pitchers in the league going against each other. Levin's had a little bit of an off season. Let's say he has a bit of an off day as well. Of course, the problem is that brilliance, once a little bit off, tends to still be brilliant, doesn't it? So let's hope we can get on top of him. It's going to be Roshek to lead us off. Like I say, I don't know what happens if we win or lose today, how it affects us, because I've never I don't understand the way these playoffs are working. But it's 2-2, and Roshek leads us off with a strikeout. I get a feeling we might be seeing a lot of that today from both teams. Drew Campbell comes in now, batting .400 so far in the postseason. 3-0 is the count. Is Drew Campbell going to draw a walk? Yes, he is. And he's a stolen base threat as well. Byron Mills Jr. only batting .200 in the postseason. 2-2 is the count, and Mills strikes out for 2 away. And can Leo Burra keep this going for us? Batting .500 in the postseason, a full count, 2 out, runner at first, and Burra gets it up the middle. Is it going to drop in? I think it is. It is. And Drew Campbell gets himself over to third. And it's going to be up to Friedendorfer now to try and drive in a first innings run. He's batting .600 in the postseason. Come on, Friedendorfer. Another full count. Friedendorfer draws the walk to load the bases. And it's going to be Julian Prade with a chance here. He is yet to get a hit in the postseason. 1-0's the count. Prade grounds it to second base. Is it going to be an infield hit? Oh, it is! No, it's not. Calm down, Aussie villain. Calm down. And that'll do it. We don't get a run across despite loading the bases. Marco Nangio comes up. He's batting .250 so far this postseason. 0-2 is the count. What can the Hoff do with him? Come on, mate. There it is, a strikeout. You get the feeling it's going to be one of those games where 1 run might be enough. Vol comes in. I missed what he's batting so far in postseason, but he's grounded that to Friedendorfer over to first, mate, and that'll be 2 away. And it might be a case of if we can work the pitch count. It's Jonah Davis coming in now. Looks very good attribute wise. He's on a hot streak and batting .400 in the postseason. 1-0's the count. 2 out. Nobody on. Hoff. It's a pop up. Prade's there. It should be a simple catch. And yeah, what they didn't do, they weren't working the count as much as we were. Hoff threw a lot less pitches in that first innings, and that might be what we need to do. Reichertz comes in now, batting .250 in the postseason. I mean, the postseason's literally 1 game right now, so we shouldn't get too excited by batting averages. But Reichertz with a leadoff single. And now we know that this last 2 of our order, they're very much defensive players. So let's see how they go. Vokal yet to have a hit. 1-2's the count. Vokal strikes out, not unexpected. Tonis Pape comes in now. He is 0 for 4 in the postseason. 2-2 to count on him. And Pape, well, he doesn't strike out, so that's something, but he has it into a double play. No, just the 1. So the runner of Reichertz is injured. He can stay in the game. All right. So it's Roshek now, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1 today. What can he do? He strikes out for a second time, and that'll do it for the second innings. We've got 2 hits, but nothing more than that. It's Austin Gallagher coming in to lead off for them. He's batting 1 for 5 in the postseason. Full count on the leadoff man, and the Hoff loses him. That's not what we want. Bolt comes up to bat. He is batting .500 in the postseason. That is a double play ball. Can we turn it? There's one. Burra over to first. We do turn it. Excellent stuff. Of course, the problem, I think, with base runners in this game, because I fully expect it to be a low-scoring game as Kakowski comes in batting. It's Kotokowski or however. Anyway, you can see the name there. Another strikeout. If you do walk at a base runner and then there is a home run, and I think that's what's going to decide this game, it's the mistake cost you double, obviously. 1-1 on Drew Campbell. Drew Campbell gets a decent piece of it. Left field's going back. It's going to stay in, and that will be 1 away. Unlucky for Drew Campbell. It is Byron Mills Jr. now, 0 for 1 today. Struggling so far in the postseason, and that's not going to help his form either. And that is 2 away. And this innings, we're not working these counts, are we? Leo Burra, who is 1 for 1. Full count. Can Leo get himself on base again? 2 out, no one on, and Burra strikes out. And that was a much quicker third innings for us, wasn't it? What can Benninghoff do in response? Weichert comes up to bat. .250, he's batting this postseason. It's going to be a little bit less than that now. Over to first, Pape. There it is. And that's 1 away. It's Keller coming up now. He's 0 for 3 in the postseason. First pitch swing. He has got it up the middle. He's 1 for 4 now in the postseason. Vokal gets it in, but there is a runner at first with 1 out. And can we turn a double play as Kuka Dida? That is a great name, comes up. It's his first bat. No, it's not. He's 0 for 4 in the postseason. Full count. That is popped up. Reichert just going over the first baseman. Makes the catch near the dugout. That's 2 away. And then leadoff man will come back up. Narnia, who is 0 for 1 today. 2-2's the count. And Benninghoff sits him down to end the third. Still tied at 0. Oh, settle in. This could be a long one till the bullpens get involved. Friedendorfer comes up. He walked last time up, of course. First pitch swing this time. Friedendorfer gets it up the middle, and that's going to be a leadoff single for our third baseman. Excellent, excellent stuff. All right, now can we work him around? Unfortunately, he's the slowest man alive. Prade, who of course grounded out to second base last time. This time he strikes out. That's 2 away. Reichertz comes in. He got a single into right field last time. This time he strikes out. That's 2 away. And it's Vockel, who has yet to have a hit in the postseason. 0-2's the count. I think we all know where this is headed. And there it is. We've got 3 hits through 4 innings, but we have not yet got a run. How much is that having loaded bases and not scoring going to hurt us? Vol comes in. What can we do with him? 2-2's the count. That's another strikeout. This could be it. I wonder what the league record is for most strikeouts in the game for the sort of combined for both teams, because it could well be broken in this game. That is well hit, unfortunately. The full count pitch by Jonah Davis, who is the star of their lineup. Pride's out there, but I thought it was going to be a triple, but it is just a double. A one-out double for the Mainz Athletics. And we don't have a double play here to get us out of trouble either. Austin Gallagher, who walked last time up. First pitch swing from him. That's popped up. Pape should make a catch. No, it's going further than that. It's Drew Campbell that makes the catch. And that is 2 away. Can we get Bold out now? He's 0 for 1 today and end this innings. Oh, it gets away from the catcher. Byron Mills Jr. is not having a good day today. That gets the runner to third. Benninghoff now. What can he do? 1-2's the count. We would love a strikeout. Oh, it's up the middle. No, it's popped up. Somebody make a catch. It's Vockel out there. He's dropped it. It's an absolute sitter, and Vockel has dropped it. And we fall behind on the back of that error. Oh, that could be absolutely devastating. And is it going to cost us 2 runs as that goes into right field? Prade gets it in. No, runners at the corners. We cannot... Oh, how have you done that in the playoff game, mate? All right, come on, Benninghoff. Let's go. That is going to double the error. We're 2-0 down, and Vockel, has he cost us? Benninghoff to Keller now, who's 1 for 1. And the Hoff looks, he's rattled. He's absolutely rattled. Get it in, Vockel. Get it in, you fucking muppet. It's a decent throw, but it's not good enough. And it's cost us 3 runs, that error now. It's Marcus Bubadida, or Bukadida, or whatever his name is. And still, they hit the Hoff. That should be caught, Vockel. 2 hands, please, you moron. And we are 3-0 down. And it's all thanks to Vockel and his inability to catch a simple fly ball that I honestly could have caught with my bare hands. And that is a strikeout for Pape to lead us off. Roshek now comes in, and it's just so deflating, isn't it? Roshek pops it up into center field, and that is going to be 2 away. And 3 runs seems a long way away right now, doesn't it? Drew Campbell strikes out. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Benninghoff comes out to continue to Narnia. He's 0 for 2 today. Come on, Hoff. Get back on it, mate. I wonder if does he have any earned runs against him? No, he doesn't. And rightly so as well. Vol comes out to bat now. He's 0 for 2 today. Full count. He walks him. Jonah Davis, who of course hit the double last time up. 3-0's the count this time. And the Hoff is... He's letting us down a little bit now. Come on, mate. What's done is done. We've got to get better. There's Austin Gallagher. There's a strikeout. 6th now for Benninghoff. Bolt comes up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. 2-0 is the count. 2 out, 2 on. Vockel's there. You're not going to drop another one, are you, mate? I will honestly punch you in the face if you do. And that is that. But we are still 3-0 down. Byron Mills Jr., who is 0 for 2. Only 1 for 7 in the postseason. He's really not having a good time of things. He jumps out of the box there. Can he beat that out? No, he can't. And it looks like he did all his good work in the regular season. Leo Burra comes in now, batting .500 in the postseason. He strikes out again. 11 strikeouts for Jake Levin, and or Jake 11 as the case may be. That's a terrible joke, isn't it? And at least I've still got my humour. And that's a pop-up for Friedendorfer, and that'll do it for the 6th. And yeah, we go again. Benninghoff to Kotowalski, who is 1 for 2 today. Make that 1 for 3 as it's a strikeout for the Hoff. Weichert comes in the bat. He's 1 for 2 today. 1 and 2 is also the count. 1 out, nobody on. And make that 2 out, nobody on. Another strikeout there for Hoff. Keller to continue. He's 2 for 2 today. Another first pitch swing from him. And he's grounded that over there to Burra, over to first, and that'll do it. A better innings, that one, from the Hoff. But, yeah, damage is done. Prade now, who's 0 for 2. Yet to have a hit in the postseason himself. Do we need to look at maybe making a change in right field as he strikes out yet again for a 12th strikeout for Levin? Reichert, who's 1 for 2 today. 2 and 1's the count. Reichert grounds at the third base, and that should be 2 away. And it's going to be Vockel, who owes us 3 runs. So you start paying off your debt now, mate. Well, he's got it up the middle. That's a start. That's a start. Unfortunately, it's Tonis Pepe up next. He's almost certainly going to strike out, but Vockel's got himself at first. 2 and 2's the count. Pepe with a swinging bunt. He's not going to... Oh, it's another error. Well, their first error. All right. Now, is this our way back into the game? They made us pay for a 2-out error. Can we do the same? It's Roshek who's 0 for 3 today. First pitch swing. Roshek gets it down to third base. Can he beat it out? He can, and we've loaded the bases with 2 outs. And this is now a massive, massive at-bat for Drew Campbell. The second time this game we've had loaded bases. Levin's 110 pitches deep. We need to get something from this. It's 3-0. Campbell draws the walk. That brings it back to 3-1. Can we get into their bullpen here? We can. It's Gonzalez. He looks extremely, extremely good. Oh, it's always the bullpens that let us down, isn't it? It's Byron Mills Jr. 1 hit from 8 at-bats this postseason. He's got loaded bases, 2 out. This is huge, and it's 1 and 2. Don't strike out, Mills. He's got a piece of it. That could tie us up. Pepe comes in to score. Roshek comes around, and he does tie it up. Byron Mills Jr. The 2-out RBI, 2 RBI single. It's 3-3, and Leo Burra now with a chance to give us the lead. He's 1 for 3 today. 1 and 2's the count. Burra having a bad day. He strikes out, but we've tied it up. We stretch with renewed hope. We did make them pay for their error. What a 7th that was, and it's going to be the Hoff to continue to Buka Dida, who is 0 for 2 today. 2 and 1's the count on the leadoff man. That's popped up. Drew Campbell's there. He should make a simple catch. He does. 1 away. Hoff now to Narnia, who is 0 for 3 today. 2 and 2's the count. What can Hoff do with him? Sits him down. 2 away. All right. It's Vol coming in now. 0 for 2 today. 1 and 2's the count. Sit him down, Hoff. Sit him down. Oh, what a legend. What a legend the Hoff is. And just like that, we go into the top of the 8th, tied at 3 with Friedendorfer to lead us off. He is 1 for 2 today. 1 and 2's the count as well. Friedendorfer gets a piece of it, but centre field's there. He should make a catch. He does, and that is 1 away. It brings up Julian Prade, who is 0 for 6 in the postseason. He's popped that up as well. That'll be 0 for 7, and instantly I start thinking, how can we rejig that outfield? Prade is not having a good time of things. Reichert comes in the bat. He's 1 for 3 today. A full count, 2 out. And he half swings at strike 3, and that gets us into the bottom of the innings. And it's Martinez coming in for us. We haven't seen too much of him this season. He is quite decent. He did well for Paderborn last year, not so well for us this year. So let's hope he's on Paderborn form here. Jonah Davis comes in the bat to lead them off. He has a full count. And that is sliced away into left field. Drew Campbell's coming across. Makes a decent catch out there. And that is 1 away. Martinez now to Gallagher, who is 0 for 2 today. 0 and 2's the count. Oh dear. And we're 4-3 down. And just like that, we're going to need runs in the 9th. Martinez has had a habit of giving up home runs this season. And he's given up one at a very, very bad time there. Bolt comes in now. 0 for 3 today. 1 and 1's the count. Martinez, and that is up the middle. And He hasn't been the signing I was hoping, to be honest. I really had high hopes for him to come in and strengthen our bullpen, but he's not really worked out. And if we aren't to win the league this season, which it doesn't look like we will, I mean, we weren't expecting to anyway, he is, of course, a foreign player slot. That's somewhere I do think we could look to strengthen. That is popped up. That should do it for the 8th. But we've given up a run. Did he drop that? No, he did catch it. If he dropped another one. We've given up a run. We need a run now in the 9th. It is Asher coming in to pinch hit for us. The backup catcher. What can he do? 1 and 2's the count. Come on, mate. No, he strikes out. That is 1 away. Pape doesn't hit. Jimmy Kawole comes in. He is a risk of going long for us, but he's also a massive risk of striking out, and that's what he does. And we are down to our final out. And it's looking as though the vocal drop catch is going to cost us. It's 0 and 2 on Rorschach. He strikes out, and we've lost 4-3. So there he is, a good defensive player as well. He makes the error that costs us 3 runs and essentially costs us the game as well. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Unfortunately, that puts us now in a very, very sticky situation. If we go and have a look at the playoff tree, we're 2 games to 1 down. We have 2 games to play against the Tabagine Hawks. Benninghoff is, I doubt, going to be available. And that makes it very, very difficult. We're going to have to win at least 1 game against them. I don't know. Are we still playing the games? I mean, the Mainz are 2-1 up on us now. Have they? No, we're still scheduled to play these games. So let's finish the day and see exactly where that leaves us. Yeah, I mean, if you did enjoy that, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, of course, all that fun stuff. And yeah, let's go and have another look now. We do have this 2 games coming up. Back to the playoff tree, and so they're going to be playing the same time as we're playing. So I'm assuming we need Paderborn to win, and we need to win. And Paderborn will want the same thing from us. So that's roughly where we're at. I don't know what that's going to mean. We'll be back next weekend, guys, for that first game against Tabagine. We need to win to have any chance of staying alive. The Hoff is not going to be available, so it's going to. I'm going to have to take Windermere out of the bullpen, aren't I? So it's going to be a case of, we'll do that. We'll put Hoff in as a long reliever, perhaps. Windermere's going to have to start the second game for us, which isn't ideal, but we threw the dice in that game. We needed to beat Mainz. We didn't do it, thanks to Vocal, and that just about might be our season. Take care.